John's Gospel, chapter 1 in the Bible says, in the beginning was the Word, capital W. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Few lines later it says, the Word became flesh and lived among us. Yes, that's God who stepped into human history. In a world where people would rather become gods, who like to become God men, who want to become famous, who want to explore beyond the material world, we have God stepping into this world, which makes this world very meaningful. So history itself is divided from Jesus Christ. We talk about before Christ and after his death. So history, the calendar refers to Jesus Christ and history. By the way, if you did not know this, there is more historical evidence, a lot more historical evidence for Jesus Christ than even Alexander the Great. In fact, if you do a comparison, Alexander the Great, of whom we have hardly any historical evidence compared to Jesus Christ. But usually, nobody debates, did Alexander really live, or did he conquer lands, did he come all the way to India? Nobody discusses this, it's accepted. But Jesus, for reasons which are not surprising, tends to become controversial. That's because of the huge claims that he made. And that's why Jesus becomes controversial. He's probably the most studied man in all of history. The Bible happens to be the most critiqued book in all of history. But interestingly, the Bible is the best-selling book in history even today. So that's a little bit of a gist of who Jesus Christ is. And why Jesus Christ? I think Jesus Christ addresses the human condition in a very unique way. While most religions, if not all religions, would talk about a salvation by works, you have to earn your salvation. The Bible says we are all sinners, and Jesus came into this world to die for our sin. You know, in a world where there are religions which talk about sacrifices to God, even human sacrifices to God, in the Bible we have a God who sacrificed himself for the sake of a fallen, rebellious humanity. So Jesus' description of the human condition as people who have fallen short of God's glory and what he did about it is very unique. No wonder in history there are many transformational stories attached to Jesus Christ of people who have once been sinful or addicted to lots of habits or challenges, but then who are freed by God, turned around to serve society. There are many examples. In some ways, I am an example to that as well, that God can transform anybody. Now that is a gift of grace. He forgives us, he transforms us. So I would like anyone to consider Jesus and what he offers for us.